Okay, so if you're wondering why it's been such a long time since I've put out an episode, it's because most of my time has been spent doing this, some of this, some more of this, and a little bit of this. Actually, a lot of this. Pro tip, if anyone ever tells you that eating a lot of Raisin Bran and snacking on Flamin' Hot Cheetos is a good idea, you probably shouldn't trust them.
Oh my god, what is happening to me?
I needed some routine in my life, and for that very same reason, me and Evan had decided to do a radio show at Emerson. But because my mom always said you need a nutritious breakfast in your routine, and I can only do so much personal growth in one day before I reach my limit, I decided McDonald's was the best place to do what I always did growing up, the exact opposite of what my mom wanted me to do. God damn it, of course it's not working. Technical difficulties aside, I finally got my food, and with it, my chance to disappoint my mom. And only now that I'd eaten all I could possibly stomach could I make my way to Emerson, where I made Evan wait longer than he needed to, also I could get this establishing shot.
Jose?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Catch a little something.
Okay. Oh, I hope this is human meat. I can make this myself.
It's a bold claim, Evan, but we're in the business of making radio shows, not chicken nuggets. And because this is me we're talking about, I'm also in the business of forgetting to film while we do the show. But we did it. Evan talked to, well, someone. And I realized I'd never actually seen Emerson's basketball court, so I went to check it out and see what I'd been missing all these years. Oh. Now that I was thoroughly underwhelmed, we decided to walk around for a bit while we waited for a meeting Evan had. And what does Evan do? Hey, let's go look at some dope shoes you don't have the money for, because desire is the root of all suffering, and I know how much you like to do that kind of stuff.
Are you like actually getting new shoes now?
Yeah, man. So the Gatorade Jordan, they had a purple one that I wanted. Can't find it.
As sad as it was that Evan couldn't find them, what's even sadder is how many of these shoes I couldn't afford, and how much time we spent looking at shoes I wanted but couldn't buy. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and that light was Evan's brand new shoes.
They made a mistake.
Mistake or not, he had chosen not to take the receipt, so he was stuck with the shoes forever. Just like I was stuck with the fear that now that Evan was at his meeting, there was nothing but my irrational decision making to stop me from getting hit by one of these cars. But I put my trust in this tiny white man and managed to safely cross the street, where I would meet up with my good friend Drew, who always knew just how to cheer me up after a near-death experience.
Drew, dude, I haven't seen you in forever.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah, I got by.
Oh, Drew, you always know just what to say.
I just want to point out that I'm being forced into doing this.
Drew, you don't have to lie to people.
I don't? Help.
Aw, just look at the way he looks at me. Not even my mom looks at me with that much love. But more than Drew's love, what I liked most about seeing him was how every word out of his mouth was pure, unfiltered knowledge, mined straight from the caverns of his thought brain.
You step on the tee and you're like, this is state-of-the-art technology. It's never going to get any better than this. Elon Musk, come to our city, study our railway, and then please destroy it. Shoot the green line into space, where it finally will be useful to no one, instead of being in the middle of the city and still useful to no one.
I don't know how universal this joke is gonna be, but, yeah, fuck the green line.
I'm worried it's gonna start raining more from it. There's whatchamacallums. Rain bits on the camera.
Have you tried throwing it in a
I
river?
would just have to.
Did I happen to mention his wit? Unmatched by any person living or dead?
Dude, you've got some serious nuggets of wisdom to offer to the world.
That's what I keep telling the world, but does the world listen? No. It says, Drew, you're alone in your room shouting at a wall. It doesn't even say that, actually.
Do you have a picture of the world on your wall?
Kind of. It's a mirror.
They're so hard.
Deep.
Alright, Drew, that's enough of that. We're looking to make these people laugh, not blow their minds.
I'm really glad there aren't any geese around here.
Are you actually terrified of the geese?
Well, the way I see it is if we had an army of geese, right? Contracted by the US military, I don't think any nation would fuck with us ever.
We spent so much time talking about geese and their potential application for modern warfare, I hadn't noticed Drew was leading us somewhere just a little bit too sketchy for my tastes.
Oh geez, what have we walked into? Drew, where the fuck are you taking me? Drew, where the
Don't worry about it.
Drew, look, man,
Little secret spot.
I really don't. Where the hell even are we? I don't know. Drew, Drew, where'd you go?
I was terrified. I had lost my friend and I didn't know where I was. Panic was beginning to set in, and I could feel my heart rate elevate in response to the potential dangers lurking around. And then a miracle happened.
Drew! Drew, where'd you... Drew!
I told you. Hey, Jose, oh wow, isn't this fun? Look, I gotta go. Look, let's see.
But...
Oh, I get it. It was a prank. Good old Drew. You never know what he's gonna do next. And if a prank wasn't enough, he goes ahead and blows my mind again.
Think anybody's ever actually used this for an emergency?
No, I don't think so. I think if you're going to mug somebody, you're not going to do it near the large blue pillar that summons help if you push a button.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, some have greatness thrust upon them, and then there's Drew Harris.
I'm kind of like a terrorist of knowledge. You'll learn so much it scares you.
It's a good thing you brought up fear, because there was something I'd been meaning to ask him all day, but was terrified of what his answer would be.
Wanna go play some video games?
Maybe.
I think... Oh. Okay. Bye, Drew.
I was hurt, disappointed even. Nothing about this day had gone the way I was hoping it would, so I went home where I could cry in the solitude of my own room. But the twists and turns of my day had no intention of stopping.
Jose, where have you been? This game is amazing.
I left... I said goodbye to you in the street. How did you get in here?
Oh, I broke in.
Look, man, I'm not gonna say that breaking into my apartment is something I'm okay with, but really I was just happy to have my friend back, so we played some video games until eventually my roommate Jack joined in on the fun.
Don't cramp up.
So I think what we've learned here is a lot of you thought the sound of a very frustrating video game was instead the sound of three men having sex, and I'm pretty sure that says a lot more about you than my decision to make this joke.
Okay. Yeah.
We're right back into it. Mr. Cool Dude.
The
Dude,
coolest.
how much pussy does that help you get?
I don't do it for the pussy, Jose. I do it for the spins.
Tell him I got the juice. Look, wait a minute.
Sorry, is this distracting you?
Alright, now that the game had frustrated Jack to the point of reverting back to his basic animal instincts, it was time to kick these guys out and make a decision. I had to study for an exam, but tonight was my friend's birthday party, and I'm pretty sure if I didn't show up, her feelings would be hurt. And because exams don't have feelings for me to hurt, I went to her birthday party, which went pretty much about as well as you'd expect it to.